Life now is like a holiday. Look, I'm sitting in shorts and t-shirt with you, Santa Monica bluffs, loving life. Life's a holiday now because I've went through the shit of boxing, getting punched in the head for years and years.
Do you want to perform like a top Olympic athlete? Or are you frustrated because you're working hard and you're not seeing the results in your life? That's why in this episode, Tony Jeffries comes on, an Olympic medalist boxer and all-round good guy. Hey, it's Chris Dufey and you're watching Breaking Success. This is the show, this is the movement that gives you the backstage pass so you can build the body, business and life that you love. In this episode, we go into how you can explode your business with the real life insights from what is happening with Box and Burn right now. Also, we go into what it takes for you to bring together success that involves your business, your family, and your personal achievements. We go into what is stopping most people, and this could be you, from achieving what it is that you want, and so much more. Selfishly, I walked away with taking so much away from this episode, so I'm really happy to be sharing this with you and I'm really looking forward to hearing from you after this episode.
Tony, I'm pumped to have you on the show right now. I've been doing some serious reconnaissance on yourself. I heard of you a little while ago. Last week I was with my Munsey and I said, look, I've got a little bit more time here in Santa Monica. Who should I talk to? And he said you. And I was like, I'm down for that 100%. So I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time out of me.
No, thank you for having me on the show. It's been great to meet you. And yeah, Ryan Munsey's a great guy.
He's awesome. Now, where I want to start with this is you have an exceptional credentials, experience, expertise. How do you, as such a phenomenal boxer, athlete, Olympic medalist, how epic's that, how do you transfer that into real life, building what it is that you want to build?
I think it comes down to hard work. See, being a boxer from the age of 10 years old, coming from not the best neighbourhood in the north of England, having 106 fights, having surgeries and all that, and having a very hard, big work ethic. I think after retiring from boxing, life's easy. If I concentrate my passion, what I had for the boxing and the hard work and dedication into something else, it's easy. You know, as a boxer, you're dieting all the time, like a strict diet. You're thinking about your opponent all the time. You've got to train, you've got to rest properly, and like I say, the mental side's massive. Like this is ongoing all the time. You've got injuries, niggles, and then you stop, and then life's easy. You know, I feel like for me, life's easy now. I'm doing what I love. I found what I love, and now that's why I'm being successful, because I've transferred that work ethic into something else.
I totally see that, and that's where I really wanted to take this, was you've been able to transfer what made you as a successful athlete, do you mean, to what makes the success that you're going into right now.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome. What is it that you would recommend to the listener, to the viewer right now, into how they can start to transfer what it is that you've been able to learn as an athlete into the success into their life?
Yeah, I mean, I think it comes down to finding what you love. You know, doing what you love. You've got to go through some hard times, go through some shit what you don't like to do before you can actually get there. But if you find that goal that what you really want to do, no matter what it is, you know, you're going to get there, and you're going to enjoy it and enjoy life. Like life now is like a holiday. Look, I'm sitting in shorts and t-shirt with you, Santa Monica bluffs, loving life. Life's a holiday now because I've went through the shit of boxing, getting punched in the head for years and years, and then I've took that, like I say, the work ethic was something else. You know, there's like say 95% of boxers or MMA fighters, they leave the sport and they don't know what to do. They've got no plan B. I've just actually wrote a blog on this, where you start boxing at 10 years old, you'll turn, the average boxer will turn pro at 22. They've been boxing for all them years, not getting paid. They think, oh, I'm going to turn pro now. They turn pro, they'll have 50-50 record, 20 fights, 10 wins, 10 losses. Then they'll retire from boxing at 27, 28, and then they'll be like, shit, now what? Because they never stuck on that school, they never put their time and energy into anything else apart from boxing, which is great, which you've got to do to be successful in boxing. But then they leave that and they don't know what to do. They end up getting a shitty job on a building site or being a labourer on the roads or whatever. I see it happen all the time.
What's your advice for athletes that could be on that road right now?
Yeah, I think really athletes should think about the future. And when I was fighting, people say no, you shouldn't, because if you start thinking about the future, you're going to forget about what's right in front of you now. And I see that, but you know, you've got to invest in your future. I think with me, I was always a pretty good businessman before I was a professional. Before the Olympics, I bought a catering trailer. I was making money selling burgers on outside of a football ground. And then when I was fighting, I used to invest my money very wisely. Every 2 fights that I was a pro, I only had 10 fights before I retired. Every 2 fights I'd buy a house. I'd put the deposit down on a house. So now I own 5 houses in the UK. And then, you know, smart thinking about the future, where boxers, we're uneducated people, and they get into the mindset where they'll not pay taxes, they'll keep the money, they'll buy a flash car, they'll spend the money on nice clothes, on going out and all that, and they'll not invest in the future. So I think if you're an athlete, listen to this, you know, think about the future, think about how you can invest, think about your career ending, because you know, when you are in the zone with for me, fighting or whatever sport you're in, it's hard to think that it's ever going to end. You know, I was earning some decent money. You know, you never think about the money ending. But I got forced to retire due to hand injuries. But yeah, when the money ended, I thought I had no plan B, but you know, I've got into the fitness industry and now I'm killing it.
Yeah, and I absolutely love that. Let's use the example of McGregor Mayweather. Fight. You know, a lot of dollars involved in something like that. And I think athletes might look at that and say, look how flashy they are, look at what they're doing, able to live, and that's fantastic. I really love what you're bringing to the table right now is really think about, there doesn't need, not necessarily a plan B, but what happens after this plan.
Yeah.
Because there is life after this.
Right.
Life just doesn't end when my sporting career ends at the end of the day. Why is this so rare in the sporting world?
I'm not sure. And talking about McGregor Mayweather, they're like the 0.00001%, and that's what people think when they're thinking of professionals. But the average professional boxer is getting $2,000 a fight, $3,000 a fight. Now, out of that, they've got to pay the trainer 10%, they've got to pay the manager normally 25%. If they do pay taxes, they'll probably come out with a grand. And you know, so the Mayweather McGregor is the one-off. But you've really got to think about your future. I think, you know, but I don't know what else to say about that.
Okay, what about when it comes to, you said before, you've got to like know what it is that you love and be able to have that focus. When it came to you and as a boxer, when you had to go through every single hard training session, every single hard fight, what is it that got you focused? What was the actual inner talk that you were going through with yourself to get you through it?
I was always thinking about my opponent, and I got obsessed. And I don't think that was a great thing, but I got absolutely obsessed with my opponent's not going to be doing this. I'm going to do an extra half a mile a day faster because my opponent will not be doing this. I'm going to diet correctly because my opponent's doing it. And I know world champions, I'm friends with them. None of them used to diet the way I used to diet. I used to get my weight down before. Right now, I'm sure you've seen and heard, like, fighters like to cut weight at the last minute. I used to do it the right way, correctly. You know, I never used to cheat. But yeah, I got obsessed with being the best and wanting to be better than the person I'm going to fight.
Is that what still happens today? Are you thinking when it comes to the business world?
Yeah.
Are you thinking of your opponent, I'm going to do what I mean? I'm working harder and faster and better and smarter than you?
Yeah, I'm very competitive with everything I do, where I want to be the best at whatever it may be. Podcasting, I want my podcast to be what I've just done with you, to be better than this podcast for you, really.
Yeah, totally get it.
No, I wouldn't go that far, but yeah, with all the businesses, I want to be better than them, and if I see that they're doing something good, it gets in my mind, I'm like, fuck, I'm going to do something better, and it motivates us, you know. I'm a very motivated person like that.
When it comes to the online certification now, it's just gone live today.
Yes, today.
Okay, today, so we'll make sure that we put the links down below for you. When it comes to you putting that together, what was your, okay, I'm going to make this so much better than everybody else, and how am I going to make that happen?
Yeah, well, I think we're kind of the first or second people that's doing this, where you learn how to teach boxing from an online course. And I've seen other online courses that's out there, and all the good people's learning from them. But yeah, I wanted people to do it and love it, so they come back and want to do more. And we get asked all the time about the Box and Burn business. I want to buy a franchise. Can I buy a franchise off you? I'm talking about people all around the world, like in Australia. We've been asked a few times, Ireland, even India, Bangladesh and India. And we always say no, because we want to keep the quality high. So it's all about the quality. We could earn a little bit of money here and a little bit of money there, or a lot of money here and a lot of money there. But we're comfortable right now, me and my business partner. So we want to make sure we're ready to go when we're ready to go. You know, don't want to rush.
I love that. I think that's really good, because you're thinking long-term results rather than just short-term gratification.
Yeah.
I think that's what so many people go wrong. And I can totally see this. I can totally see that that's why you are such a good athlete, because you have to have that long-term focus.
Yeah.
If I stray off my diet today, I'm not going to be able to train good tomorrow, and that's going to have a flow-on effect in it. Do you mean recovery? And it goes on from there.
Yeah, and I think this day and age, everyone wants the instant success, the instant gratification. When we're looking at how many likes we're getting on Facebook and all that shit, you know, everyone wants the instant stuff, and that's hard being a business owner, because we hire and train, so we want to be earning $1,000 a week or $2,000 a week like that. And they don't know it's going to take 6 months before you can build your clientele and build it right up to be able to start doing that. So it's tough with the millennials these days, it really is, because they want, like I said, they want it now, and they've not got no patience.
So when it comes to Box and Burn, why is Box and Burn so much better than everybody else? Why do you feel like it is just crushing it and people are just like coming in swarms?
Yeah, well, I mean, we get it. We get, like, there's three things, top three things why people come to Box and Burn and they come back. Well, number one is to have fun. Number two, it's a great workout. Number three, they learn to box. Where if we try to teach them how to box, like let's say we spend a full hour on teaching them the jab, that's going to take the fun out of the workout. It's going to take the workout out of the workout as well, although you can get a good workout out of it. So we just make sure that people enjoy it, so they come in, no matter who you are and you walk into Box and Burn. If you're Ernie the podcast producer, if you're the cleaner, if you're the desk girls, you're the engineer, we want everyone to come in and like, wow, that place is great, and want them to leave and say, you know what, at Box and Burn, I was only there for 10 minutes, but them people in there is really good. So I think that's a big reason why we're so good. And then as well, the class, I'd say 99% of boxing fitness classes around the world, you'll have one trainer, 50 heavy bags, punching heavy bags, all right, now do this, and then you do the circuits and all that. Where we have between 5 and 7 trainers teaching one class, and these trainers are vetted and they're trained up to a high standard, teaching real boxing, you know. So, and we can work with you at your level. Where if you've got one trainer, you can't really work with 20 people at their level, you know.
It's too much going on.
Too much going on. But where we've got 5 to 7, and we've split up 30 people into different groups. Now you can get that one-on-one attention, which people love and thrive on.
And also need, because say myself example, got back into kickboxing before, came into Santa Monica for like a month. I was like, I'm just going to hit it hard. The first couple of sessions just did heaps of footwork, and I totally understand. And I've been doing like kickboxing for quite some time, and I totally get, I needed to get back into it. I needed to bring my footwork, because it's obviously a fundamental right now. But I had to say to the trainer, I was like, let's do some conditioning right now at the end, because I want to walk out of here gassed.
Yeah.
I want to have some real conditioning elements in this as well. So it was that combination of what was needed, but I had to pipe up and say, all right, this has been really good, but can we just throttle it for now?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Where you've already got the structure put together where people are enjoying it, having a great workout and learning at the same time.
I would love for you, while you're here, to come and take a class. I want to do a one-on-one with you as well, but as well, come and take a class.
Let's do it.
And you'll see, like, we call it the Box and Burn effect. The effect that we have on people, and you'll see why it's so addictive and why it's so popular and why everyone wants to open it, you know.
What is your advice for other trainers and coaches to take what is kind of the essentialism of why Box and Burn is doing so well, so that they can start to apply it to themselves?
You mean, tell me the question again.
Like, what can trainer and coach do from listening to this episode?
Right.
And how can they take what is working so well for boxing?
Oh yeah. I think it's a lot about being yourself. You see, I thought in LA is the Hollywood where people want to be actors and all that. People try and be what they're not. I think as soon as you be yourself and let your personality go out, you'll attract people like yourself. Like our most successful trainers attracting people like them. I attract people like myself when I work with people. You've just got to be yourself, and people will get better results. They'll like you better, and and you'll be able to retain clients better. But when you see trainers try to do what they think that the clients, or see what the clients want to hear, that's when I think it goes a little bit.
Really agree with that, because I find so many times when a coach or a trainer is trying to be a bit of a chameleon and they're trying to be what they're not to other people, essentially you start to attract clients that's not that you want to be working with. You don't want to be working with that type of person. And then I know I've done it as a coach and trainer. Do you know what I mean? You take on a client and you're just like, I'm going to dread working with this person. I don't know why I just did that. Do you know what I mean? I should refund them right now. But a lot of coaches and trainers are going to be jumping in and wanting to take any client possible. You've got a heartbeat and a credit card. Let's rock and roll, baby. Let's go. But I think that's really good. I really like your advice.
But at the start, you've really got to do that as well. When you're starting out, you've got to train anyone you can and get that money in. But when you start getting a little bit more successful, and that's when you can be more selective. And as well, I would say trainers who's working out, start charge a little bit less, and then when your schedule gets busy, then start charging more and charge more and charge more, and then you'll be able to start smashing it.
I really like that. Okay, you as a father, you've got 2 girls, one on the way, you've got a lot going on in life. How do you juggle? How do you keep all these spinning plates spinning?
Me, I'm falling off and crashing all the time, these plates, This is one of the hardest questions for me to answer, because I'm thinking all the time. I think that I need to be with my kids, it's the right thing to do. But then when I'm with the kids, it's like, I need to be at work, it's the right thing to do. Playing with my kids is great for 15 minutes, and it's like, and my mind starts ticking, so I'm a very creative person. I should be doing this, maybe this needs to happen. Phone's out, but, and the phone, it's great, but at the same time, it's like,
Okay, I totally on board with you on that, because I found the exact same thing, and I was kicking myself when I found myself in the habit of doing, the phone is so close by, it's in my pocket, or it's just there and you want to pick it up, you want to look at it, you want to check things. No, do you know what I mean? And that's where I really tried to figure out, okay, like work is work, play is play, like family Chris is family Chris, and when we're here, I'm just here. I'm trying not to think about that stuff. And I think that's for me, like I think like journaling and meditation is actually really good for me, because being able to keep like this one focus right now, and then when I do work, it can just be totally
When
focused.
you see journaling, you mean what, like writing down what you do for the day, or
yeah, so for the moment, the last few months, what I've been doing is, in the morning, I'll wake up, drink some water, I'll meditate for 20 minutes, and I'll journal.
So meditate is like you lie there with no sound on, close your eyes and just...
No, I've got to use either like Hollow Sync or
Headspace.
By it's called some music that puts you in like more of an alpha brainwave.
So you do that on the morning?
In the morning,
right?
Yeah,
so you wake up and you meditate. See, I tried that, and it didn't work.
And you know what? I totally agree with you. And this is where I find people saying like, "Oh, meditation is the be all and end all," and they just run with this. It's like, no, it's just like why a low carb diet isn't good, a keto diet isn't good. Maybe you shouldn't be boxing like 7 days a week, doing an hour every single day. Maybe you should do something else. Like, there's all these different things, and that's where I feel like a lot of people in like the mindfulness meditation space are trying to harp on one thing, and it's like, hang on, there's a platitude of different things of what you could do. Your training could be a source of meditation, because you're totally focused on the one thing. That's all meditation is at the end of the day.
I was surfing, and I was thinking that was surfing, like, you're not thinking about anything else.
You can't think of anything else.
And the best thing for me with that is skiing. Have you ever skied or snowboarded?
No, I haven't.
For me, that's the best. And the only way I can really meditate, because all you're thinking is, if I fall now, I want to hurt myself.
I'm going to F myself up right now.
And it's so much fun as well. So I guess that's kind of like a form of meditation. So then you do your meditation and you go into your journaling, you see you write stuff down?
Yeah, I journal. So for me, it's 2 pages. 1 page, I'll just write what's going on in my head. I try and just like brain dump what's going on, and I find it's like a soul windscreen wiper. I can't lie to myself. As soon as I catch myself even before I just start talking shit. I know that's a lie, and it won't even come out through the pen.
Good.
And you keep going. So it's kind of like being truthful to myself. And then the other page, I just talk as into what am I grateful for, what do I want to bring into my life, all that kind of stuff. And it just gets me focused on, okay, I'm doing this for this.
Yeah, I think I need to try that. I write some blogs for a few websites, and that's the same. That kind of helps with that, you know, getting stuff off
a form
your
of
mind.
writing.
Yeah, and I wrote a big Facebook status the other week saying, like, everyone should blog because everyone's got something interesting to see, and it clears your mind and you get shit off. So it's kind of the same as journaling.
I agree. Yeah, I think being able to express yourself that way is really, really good. Okay, we've talked a lot about the success of yourself, Box and Burn, how you've been able to grow into what it is that you're growing into today, and what is coming up in the future for yourself.
Yeah, so, I mean, we're looking at opening the third location in West Hollywood. So our first location, Santa Monica, our second location, Brentwood, and the third location, West Hollywood. But the big thing and my big passion right now is the online stuff, the certification course, where we're teaching other trainers how to teach boxing. I think boxing is one of the biggest, seems like the biggest trend in fitness right now. It's everyone's wanting to box, all the models, all the actors, all the actresses. Yeah. And there's a million trainers out there, and then there's loads of them who want to teach it, but they can't teach it. Like, well, I was doing a podcast down here where we are the other day in the Bluffs, and there was a guy trying to teach boxing. I just felt like giving him my business card and saying, "Hey, oh, man," but I didn't want to use his client and all that, you know. And so we want to spread our method to as many people as we can. We've already certified over 1,500 trainers around America and around the world. People flying in to do it. Awesome. Now with this online certification course, we can teach trainers in Australia, everywhere, you know. So yeah, I'm putting a lot of time and energy into that, and I'm absolutely loving it.
I'm loving that we can have a snapshot of this episode right now. You're doing so well, and I absolutely love it.
Thank you.
I know there's so much more to come, and it'll be so cool, do you know what I mean? The next episodes that we do, walking, like kind of just being able to keep a look on everything that's coming through, the success that keeps happening. And that's what I really wanted to do with this show, was bring people on that are just real, going through it right now, can help the actual listeners, the viewers on, hey, do you mean, I've done this wrong, don't do this. I've done this right, give this a try. Yeah. Find your way, and let's kind of like help your path go to where you want to go.
I think with the trainers, the big thing is patience. You've got to be patient with it. It's not going to, you're not going to start earning, like I said earlier on, all that money really fast. You've got to be patient. You know, you've got to be yourself and have fun and enjoy it. Now, obviously, you've got to give people a great workout, but you've got to give them a fun workout and something for them to tell their friends about as well on social media. Be good on social media. Like, let's say for Instagram for instance, if I was looking for a trainer for my daughter and you were too, and you call the gym and someone says, all right, you're going to work with John Smith, the first thing I'm going to do before I put my trainer there, I'm going to Google John Smith personal trainer. Now, John Smith personal trainer comes up, I'm going to look on John Smith's Instagram, and if he's on his Instagram out drinking, partying with girls, is he fucked working with my daughters, right? Is he fucked? But if I see him, like what we said, if he's been writing blogs, my five tips on how to lose that beer belly or whatever it might be, then 5 blogs. Now, ooh, this guy's passionate. You know? So when personal trainers are on social media, think about a guy. Think about Chris, his daughter, my daughter. Would we? No, don't think about our daughters.
Get the shotgun out.
Yeah, get that out of your heads. But think about people. Would they let their family or their children train with you by your posts that you're putting on social media? Because that's what the day and age we're in now. We can find out about you like that, you know. And so clear all the shit off your Instagram, off your Facebook, and get it all professional. That's one big tip for personal trainers.
I like that for a couple of reasons. Is because one, you can't fake that, because you're going to have to live and breathe it, because the truth's going to come out. And that's why when you asked a really good question before on your show, it was like, what should coaches and trainers be doing when it comes to online? It's like, you have to have a presence online. You have to put your footprint out there, because people are going to find out about you. They're going to find out what other people are saying about you, and you've got to showcase, this is why I'm going to provide the solution you're looking for.
Yeah, and that's one of a frustrating thing for me, because I'm huge on social media. It's one of my big things about the social media marketing and having a presence. when we get trainers in, they're like, oh, I don't really like using Instagram, or I don't really like using this, and it's frustrating for me. It's like, because this can really build your business, this can really get you more clients and earn you more money.
Even from an employer's point of view, such as yourself, do you mean trainer comes in the door?
Yeah.
First thing you're going to do,
Exactly.
now, you're not even going to look at their CV. You're going to look at it through their social media. Do they have a website? What's going on right now when I Google them?
Yeah.
That's the new CV.
Exactly, and you know, I'm putting content out there all the time. And yeah, like you see, if we when you get sent us a resume, we're gonna probably before we interview you, we'll check out your social media, and if you are messed around with whatever, drinking shots, not a chance that you come to work for us. You know, be professional.
I've had to give a slap of the wrist of a few coaches that have come on board the program. So I look into their stuff, and I do, and I'm like, I don't want to see you going out at night. I don't want to see you and your missus in provocative photos.
Right.
Like that stuff just.
Yeah.
You've got to put personal stuff out there, and that's like for me, I try and walk the line of I want to be able to share what's going on in my life, my family, business, fitness, health, all that kind of stuff. But you've got to be professional about it.
Yeah.
And it's got to be, I'm putting this out for a reason, and it's got to be valuable. I don't want to see photos of, great, you've got a six-pack. So do a lot of other people, do you know what I mean? Give some value along with it.
Yeah, and think about everything you post, because like we say, with the day and age we're in now, everyone looks at that. And I posted something this morning about mushroom coffee, and one of my trainers said, oh look, you've changed, you've been out here too long, you're drinking mushroom coffee and all that. And I was like, no, I put out for a reason, because I've got the guy on my podcast, I'm tagging him in it. Now he's gonna see this, he's gonna be happy with me, and he's helping me with some other stuff. Like everything that I put out there, I have to really think about it, you know. And she's like, oh, that makes a lot of sense, you're so smart. And I was like, thank you.
You know what I love about that though? It shows you're evolving and progressing as a man, as an entrepreneur, as a human being.
Right.
At the end of the day, if you keep saying the same stuff,
Yeah.
it gets boring, and it shows you're not evolving at the end.
Yeah, big time. And I mean, yeah, I think you've got to evolve with the times, because things are changing.
Yeah.
I mean, when we got in the fitness industry, whenever it was years and years ago, look how much has changed. Like the nutrition, for instance, how much has that changed? And it's changing all the time. So if you're in this industry and you're not changing, everyone's moving forward. If you start standing still, you're going to get left behind, and it's going to
Just like what we were talking about before, say with like Facebook ads, just in another example, that is always changing. And why I didn't want to be the person executing, do you know what I mean, and being in that hot seat the entire time, is because you've got to have your finger on the pulse. Otherwise, you're going to be left behind. And I'd rather, do you know what I mean, pay a pretty penny, put someone else that is the best expert, so I don't have to do it.
Yeah, that's a frustrating thing as well about it, because you just learn about the Facebook ads, and it's like, no, that was yesterday's news.
It's true. It's like literally yesterday, this shit doesn't work anymore. I need to do something different.
Yeah, it was the same with social media platforms. There were so many coming out with the Snapchats, the Vines, and I was like, oh, I'm trying to keep up with them all. You want to be on them all, but now it's kind of fizzled down to like the three, which is Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, Twitter's kind of dying off as well. But again, Twitter, are you on there?
I am, and I've only been posting a little bit. Like all my other stuff gets syndicated, but it's definitely not been a main focus.
Yeah, but the thing is with Twitter, it's great for SEO.
Yeah,
it's such a powerful website. So I would recommend everyone get on Twitter, even if you're just sharing your links from Instagram, which is not great because they've got to click through. I would get on there just for SEO, put the bio, whatever it may be, about your profession, and that there's going to help. You want to be everywhere. Google Plus is another one. It's a crap platform, but as well, it's Google. Yeah, it's Google. It's massive for SEO. You want to be on there and sharing your stuff to there as well.
I love the mindset that you bring to this. It's everything that we've talked about continues to ooze excellence. I really appreciate it. I think this is really good. So where does the listener right now get to learn more about you? What's going on?
You can listen to my podcast, Boxing Life Podcast, and the next episode is going to be with this handsome chap right here. So yeah, you can listen to there, or you can just search for me, Tony Jeffries, on everywhere. And then the Boxing Burn Academy, our online certification course. If you want to learn how to teach boxing to other people, which is going to help retain clients and help earn you more, like not trying to be a salesman, but like which is going to help earn more money.
It is 100%. Why do people come to you? They want results. You can get them better results. Your business grows.
Exactly.
Simple. All right, I'm going to make sure to put all the links in the show notes so you can click below and get a part of it. Get into everything that Tony's doing. It's absolutely phenomenal. I cannot highly recommend it enough. I'm going to be getting you back on the show when I come back to Santa Monica. Thank you so much, sir.
Thanks, mate. Nice one.
Now, this is where I want to make sure that you get the most out of being here, and I want to hear from you. So if you've enjoyed this episode, click like, and make sure I can send you the new episodes each and every week. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Also, I really want to make sure that I'm giving you exactly what you need. So comment below. I want to know what you're going to take away from this episode. And the best conversations after every episode always happen in the Breaking Success Tribe. I'll pop a link below for you to join the free group so you get access to the guides, the live streams. I'm in there answering your questions personally each and every day, plus you get all the episodes as well. So thank you so much for being here and joining us. I'm really looking forward to seeing you in the next episode.